Do you have that guy's name from before?
Andrew 22 or fuck.
No,
you said it wasn't that guy, right?
No, not Adam 22. It was the other guy. I mean, I can find his name again. It's just going to take me a minute because I was so repulsed by this guy. I just turned off all the footage.
Damn.
I was more repulsed than a rattlesnake and a spelling bee.
Are you bringing that back?
Yeah, that never left. It's always
I know, you
been
just
in
like
my
randomly
mind.
bring it back though, like after so long.
I love that phrase. It's so funny. Yeah, I'm more jittery than a rattlesnake and a spelling bee. Because it can mean anything.
I mean, I guess it could.
I should get that on a t-shirt. Okay, his name is Charleston White.
All right.
So I'm going to talk about this story because it's like the worst thing and I just want to get out the way.
Our audio got kind of fucked up here and sensitive content skipped to 5 minutes 6 seconds. If you want to skip over it.
On the Fresh and Fit podcast a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about how he used to lure women to his apartment and then like have sex with them, but then like bring 5 other dudes in there. And basically, I mean, he literally said he her, and he said he only did it to white girls, which is even more wild. That he thinks that because of slavery or whatever, it's his job as a black person to get back at white people by random girls. And he said
that's the reason.
Yes, and he said he did this while they were all like teenagers to young adults too. So now he's on the internet today talking about how he wants Asian kids that he believes Asian kids should get and how he wants to feed Asian babies to alligators and shit like that. And it's like he's just like there's no way to sugarcoat it. He makes black people look bad because now it's turning into like all the comments I'm seeing are turning into, well, the black community really took an L today. Like, yeah, none of us co-signed this guy.
Why is that?
Everybody that defends him is an individual that defends him. Not every fucking body defends this guy. In fact, a lot of us find him repulsive and he needs to be taken off the streets. There's plenty black YouTubers that say this, that he needs to get taken off the streets for what he's been saying.
Why in the black community only? It's like if one person that's famous in the black community, or community with quotes, I don't know, says something like that, it's just like everybody has to clarify that not all black people think that, like as if to imply that black people are like a hive mind or something. Like, I don't get it.
Because that's what it's being taken as on Twitter. Like, it's being taken as like, oh, this guy's the ambassador of black people, so he's the representative of black people, like the Jesse James, like people that speak up for black people of America are like famous figures that they're like politicians and stuff, so they're seen as representatives to an extent. But then we get people like this, and it gets taken as, well, this guy's famous and he's black, so he must speak for all of you. It's just a historical thing. But I can confidently say that damn near none of us co-sign anything this guy is saying. And I personally believe he should be taken to jail and
game ended
with a crowbar. But I guess I can't say that on YouTube. So much for freedom of speech.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, who knows what you said, but I mean, you know, we can fill in the blanks, I suppose.
So yeah.
Whoever knows what you're allowed to say. Well, we got the bad out of the... Unless you had something else horrific to talk about first, before we get all the bad out of the way. Or before we say that we have all the bad out of the way. Yeah, Charleston White bad. RDO got fucked, but, you know, that's fine.
Oh my god, I hope it's not picking up me breathing. I'm gonna be so mad.
As long as you're not holding it below your mouth or in front of your mouth, then you should be fine with that mic. Just hold it
Well, that's the
on
only
the
way.
side, like I said.
That's. Oh, okay. I'll try on the side. All right. Now it's moved to the side in case you notice any difference in audio quality. That'll be why. So
you just sound like barely quieter, but it's still fine.
I guess now I'll talk about emeryreigns. So in the fighting game space, there's famous figures known for being toxic, like low tier god, but there's also others like him that are just like slightly lesser. And one of them is Cero, the transgender fighting game player that low tier god once beef with. And there was also
is that one person that had some drama a couple years ago that was put in charge of something? That sounds kind of familiar. Was that somebody else?
So. Probably someone else, because the only drama that I know Cero had was with Low Tier God, where like Low Tier God said something rude to her, and then she called him the N-word, and they both got banned by Capcom.
Fucking do that so much.
I don't know, but they both got banned by Capcom. It's just that only Cero was let back in, which rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
Okay.
Yeah, it rubbed people the wrong way. Like, yeah, and Low Tier God's a piece of crap, but it's kind of fishy when you let the racist transgender back in, but not the black guy that's like only ever racist against his own kind. Granted, Low Tier God's history of like being an idiot is like way larger than Cero's, so maybe that was why. So I mean, Low Tier God said he didn't care about the ban years ago, but now here he is nowadays trying to like get Capcom to let him back in.
Well,
so that's kind of funny.
Fucking, you should have said something right away. Like, why wouldn't you be offended by that immediately?
Wait, offended by what?
Them not letting him back in, but letting the other person.
Oh
back in.
No! His response was that he didn't care and that he doesn't need Capcom.
Well, I'm saying he should have been offended right away instead of putting on his fuck this and fuck that persona. Because, like, I know he's not, like, the pillar of, like, conscience or anything, but that was clearly, like, wrong of them to not let him back in. And he should have called them out.
Yeah. Yeah, but, for as toxic as he can be, he's not really one to pull the race card in any situation. Unless it's shitting on black people.
He didn't even... he didn't even need to bring race into it, though, honestly. Like, just the fact that either... Like,
yeah, I know, but
no matter what they were, like the fact that only one guy...
The gender politics, like, trying to, like, appeal to that crowd. Like I told you, the Guilty Gear company, the company behind that, keeps, like, posting GIFs and, like, artwork of Bridget, their first transgender character.
Alright, this is where we start getting spicy on this podcast. Because I'm going to put my...
character. That's the only character they promote. Like, you could scroll down their Twitter and you would only see Bridget posting, and then people being like, "Oh, I love Bridget, I love Brisket, I love Basket." But that's like the only character they talk about. They talk about Bridget more than the actual main character of the series. Dude, which is sad.
I swear to God that like white people, I blame them.
Here we go.
For all the transgender like politics being so extreme and nobody else. Like, not even transgender people themselves like rant and rave as much as fucking like, okay, like, if you know what kind of white person I'm talking about, but they ruin it. They make it like just so what's even the word? Like, the way that they like are so extreme about it and just like extra, and like it has to revolve around everything in life always for some fucking reason, just makes me cringe in a way that I can't.
You mean like white savior or what?
Actually, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, the white people need to come in and like save everybody all the time type shit. Like, I think that's exactly it.
Well, look what started it. Look at all the action movies, and look at the people on the cover of those action movies.
TBH. You might be onto something.
But this isn't even about Low Tier God or Cero. They're both bitch asses. This is about emeryreigns, the fighting game player who's also a police officer, who, if you piss him off on Twitter, he'll tell you to come to his hometown or whatever, and to like talk shit to his face, and he'll handle you. He'll make up some reason to send you to jail. That's how he handles hate mail on the internet.
So he says to come confront him, but then also threatens to send you to jail like a pussy.
If I see you at this event, I'm gonna arrest you, and then we'll see whatever, some shit like that.
Is he like joking or?
He's serious.
He can't be serious. He has to be joking.
He's very serious, and you know he's serious because he not only is he a Dead or Alive player, he's like the last Dead or Alive streamer in existence. He's like the only guy single-handedly holding that series down.
The fact that he said, you know, he's serious because he's a Dead or Alive player.
He's carrying that franchise on his back, dude. He's like if you've seen Avengers Endgame, he's like Hulk handing a taco to Hawkeye.
It's just funny because I'm in the Dead or Alive 6 Discord.
They don't even play the game.
I pop in on their messages once in a while, and it's just like everything is just so irreverent in that server. And you know
they
what?
Don't even play
I
the
don't
game.
even know what that means.
They just argue. But yeah, emeryreigns will he'll threaten to haul your ass off to jail the moment you piss him off. It's kind of funny. But hey, I mean, the fighting game community is like nothing unless you have people talking that shit, and they do love to talk shit in this community. So, I guess you can say shots are gonna be fired if that keeps up.
By his gun.
Right. He's gonna show you some police brutality.
I thought that's a joke you made.
He's gonna show you some police brutality, Striker style. And now on the next topic. So you know the Naruto series, right?
Yeah. I saw animated of that in a different Discord I'm in.
So things got a little wacky and out of control. Basically, yes, things got very out of control.
Hold on. Watch Lucy for a few minutes?
I just took her out to pee. She just wants to come upstairs. I don't know if she just misses you or she wants to go in her bed, but give her a few minutes. If she goes nuts, I'll put her in a cage.
Alright. Okay, start that from the beginning.
Oh yeah, so the Naruto series has gotten out of control. I guess it's the Boruto series now because the Naruto series has ended. Now the story is about his son and his son's adventures, right?
Yeah.
So at the start of the first episode, we see this
did you say his son's name is Boruto? Yes. That's like if I had a son and named him Rogan because my name's Logan. That'd be so dumb.
I know, it's so lame, but we gotta live with it. That's it's not as bad as the name that was leaked before the series came out when people thought his name was Bolt.
Bolt?
They thought that was his name.
Oh, when the series was
when the series was leaked, but it was actually Boruto. So maybe that's like Bolt's romanized. So I don't know, take that as you will. But regardless, episode 1 starts with the whole like Naruto's village being in like this apocalyptic state, and his son's a teenager, and he's facing off with some other dude, and they're talking about how like the age of ninjas is over. But then the series continues with it being back in the past when they were children. Now, it seems like we're getting to that point, like, almost like 5 or 6 years later, we're finally getting to that point to see what caused the apocalyptic state. And how it gets there is really freaking disgusting, to be honest. It's like, it's slimy.
Slimy.
So, it's very slimy. So this kid that Naruto adopts named Kawaki is I don't want to go into the detail of explaining every part of the series to you because I know you won't get it. But basically, Naruto adopts this kid named Kawaki, and he like brings him to his own family because this kid's an abuse victim. And he's like, all right, if your parents don't want you, I'll show you some love, and I'll make you part of my family instead. Because Naruto also grew up without a family. He doesn't want any other kids to suffer like that. So he adopts this kid, and the kid becomes so infatuated with Naruto and his wife Hinata that he tells them that he doesn't want them to fight anymore, like fight villains or whatever. He doesn't want them to do anything that would cause them any more suffering. And he wants to make the world a better place where they can live peacefully. So
that's a pretty funny dream.
He eventually gets to that, but his idea of that is like working with this girl who has the power to rewrite reality, and Kawaki rewrites reality so that he's Naruto's real son, and that Naruto's son Boruto is actually an outcast that killed Naruto, as far as everyone's concerned. So Naruto and his wife are missing. They're locked away in some other dimension where they're supposed to be kept safe by this Kawaki kid. And in the meantime, Kawaki took his son's place in existence. So like they switched places. So like Boruto's the orphan this time, and Kawaki's Naruto's real son. Like he literally rewrote reality so that he'd be Naruto's actual son. And then
so he took his
real. Yes, he took his son's place. And he turned Naruto's son into an outcast that's like that everyone wants to kill because they think he killed Naruto, despite them looking very similar. Because like there's only like 2 or 3 blonde-haired, blue-eyed characters in the entire series, and Naruto and his son are one of them. But this alternate reality, it was rewritten so that no one would be able to put 2 and 2 together and
Hold
realize
on,
that
I gotta let this puppy out of my room. She needs to take a nap.
Oh dang!
So hold that thought. Come here.
All right.
She never wants to take a nap, but she'll like bark for like 5 minutes and then just fall asleep.
Well, dang.
But anyway, yeah. So
tell her don't do that again.
What? Get bored?
Yes. Never get bored again. So yeah. So there's Boruto and there's Kawaki. Boruto is Naruto's real son, but Kawaki rewrote reality so that he'd be Boruto's real son. He'd be Naruto's real son. And this Boruto kid was taken and turned into this villain that everyone despises. Can you imagine that? Like your whole family being taken from you and then you being turned into like the person that murdered them?
Sounds very like, not devious. There's a more like intense word for that. That'd be
nefarious.
Nefarious, yeah. Very nefarious.
Yeah. And it's like,
why'd he do it though? Like, why? What was his motive?
His motive is that he wants to like, because there's like these aliens trying to take over humanity or something. He wants to be the one to put a stop to them.
There's aliens in Naruto.
I can explain that later. But he wants to be the one to put a stop to them because if Naruto keeps fighting, he's going to end up dying. Like he's already like he's been fighting for so long that he eventually lost his he's like losing every bit of power he has left, and if he keeps going, he's not going to be able to fight anymore. He's not going to be able to defend himself anymore. So this kid's like, if you can't defend yourself, I'm going to defend you. And he He literally takes over. He takes over this kid's life, and sends Naruto and his wife to a pocket dimension where it's meant for them to stay hidden away. Yeah, I mean, the Naruto series is way more science fiction-y than I'm sure you would imagine, considering it's about ninjas.
I mean, more than I realize, I guess.
I can explain that in a jiffy. But basically, that was what happened. That was what happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say another time, but that's
as far as aliens,
it's pretty fucking wild.
As far as aliens, as far as aliens, so back when this was back in the original Naruto series, after they defeated the main villain, this woman came out of nowhere. It's like a woman with super long hair and like white skin, basically a goddess, came out of nowhere and basically told everyone that all of the powers that they have are just taken from her or some shit. And as it turns out, like the Naruto characters use chakra to use their abilities, like Dragon Ball characters using ki. But it turns out that chakra is not a human ability. It actually comes from an alien woman that tried to inhabit the earth a couple 100,000 years ago or so. I don't remember what happened to her. I think she like tried to live among humanity, but they like found out she was an alien and killed her. And
why?
It's a reference to Japanese mythology of Tamamo no Mai, who was a fox spirit girl that I mean, she was pretty innocent. She was like this guy's wife, but the moment he found out she was a fox spirit, because she used magic to disguise herself, but then one day her tail popped out, and when he found out what she was, he had her killed. Because he didn't have her killed. He was dying of a poison, and everyone assumed it was her because she was this fox spirit. So they're like, "Oh, you're a mischievous, evil witch, or whatever," and they hunted her down. It's just like that. So this alien lady, her husband gets sick. Everyone thinks that she's the culprit because she's an alien, and they have her hunted down and killed. And on her like grave or whatever the fuck it was, there was a tree that grew, and when people who ate fruit from that tree, they gained the ability to use chakra. And from then on, they developed all sorts of ninja stuff. But basically, all the powers that they have come from her. And she's an alien.
Isn't it weird? This explanation is so long, I'm sorry. I just like how thought.
It is very long.
But that reminds me of how on Adventure Time, fucking Jake, it's so like, I don't know if it makes it seem lame or like just cool like lore, I guess. I don't know. It was very strange to learn that apparently he got his powers from rolling in, I don't know if you call it tainted or like just generally fucked with by magic mud, but he just rolled around in some mud that was magic and he just got his powers that way. I was like, that is so weird. Kind of lame. Like, is that a cool way to get your powers? Like, I don't think it is.
That's lame as hell. That's a lame origin story. I always thought he was just born with it. Like, out of all the magical things on Ooh, why did Jake not have to be one of them?
Not have to be?
Or had to not be one of them. I don't know. It still means the same thing in the end if you think about it.
I think it does.
Yeah, so she's this alien, and she fights Naruto and Sasuke at the end of it because she wants to take all of her powers back, and they're like, "Oh, you can't take this back because this is what keeps humanity going forward." And if she does take it, like if a person loses their chakra, in the Naruto series, they basically die. So her taking all of it back from everyone in humanity would pretty much kill them all. So they stopped her. They didn't really beat her, they just sealed her away. But the series continues on with the Naruto movie and the Boruto series with her children, aliens as well, coming to Earth to seek revenge for the humans beating her. So there's just people coming back to back to back, and they're all gunning for Naruto because he's the one that defeated her. And it just so happens that, just so happens that he has this fox spirit inside of him named Kurama that gives him his powers as well. But because like the battles got so intense that he basically had to, I don't know. It's too complicated to explain simply because there's so much shit going on. But basically, Kurama used all of his powers, and Naruto they fought together to beat this last dude together. But after that, Kurama died. So that source of power that Naruto had is gone now, so he can't fight like he used to. So now he's basically like, he's literally a sitting duck at this point. And there's still more and more aliens that want him dead for what he did. So that's why this Kawaki kid is like, if you can't protect yourself, I'm gonna protect you instead.
Why don't they just get over it?
I don't know, if somebody killed your mom, would you be over it?
She's a mom of all the aliens?
Yeah. Because like there's a whole other race out there, but it's just her kids.
Is what you're saying.
There's a whole another planet out there. It's just her kids that are coming after them.
Oh, wait. You just said so wait, is every alien like her kid?
Oh, no, she's the mother of all the aliens that are showing up, but she's not the mother of everyone on that alien planet. No, she's just like a random citizen on her own planet.
So what you're saying is she's a whore and she has like 30 kids.
Yes. Yes, I am. She is, like, it's funny you said that because, like, one of the ways Naruto and Sasuke beat her is that, in fact, I could probably pull it up and show you, but, yeah, I think it'd be better if I showed you because I want your raw reaction.
Alright.
Because, like, you would think that a creature of this magnitude would be the most, like, dangerous and serious threat, but you should see what they did. Hold on, let me pull it up.
I'm gonna have to put a spoiler warning like 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not that big of a spoiler because this is like weeks old stuff I'm going over.
Only weeks old.
Here, don't forget to share your screen because I forgot to share mine.
Oh right.
But I want your raw reaction instead of me telling you. Because I think you're going to love this. Now keep in mind, she's this alien that's trying to take over the world, or really trying to end humanity. And this is what they used to beat her.
Alright.
And then... Share some image.
You know she's powerful because she has big hair.
I mean, that is a thing in Japanese myth. The more hair you have, the stronger you are. That's why Goku turned Super Saiyan and his hair gets all big and spiky. Alright, here it comes.
That stock sound effect.
Just watch what they do.
What the fuck? Is he trying to distract her?
It worked. It literally worked.
It's so stupid. The bleeding nose is such a strange thing. Damn, he fucking knocked that bitch out.
Yeah, he did.
Chakra or whatever.
But yeah, she's
Is
so
that the
thirsty
part
for
that
a
you wanted
man,
me to
she'll take
see?
anything. Yes. She's so thirsty for a man, she'll take anything.
Well, that sucks.
That's how they beat her.
How'd they know she was thirsty?
He just tried it. He didn't even know.
He just didn't know what to
Naruto's
try.
Naruto's gimmick is that like everyone else is like methodical and like planning, but he just like he's unpredictable because he does random shit, so no one ever knows what he's gonna do next. And it somehow always works, just being random.
I mean, that's like
And it's a good callback because that was back when the series was like first started and he was a child. That's the movie used to mess with his teacher.
it's not like the wait.
Yes, Naruto used to turn into naked girls to sexually harass his teachers to get what he wants.
I would have beat his ass.
Yeah, I would have clapped his cheeks. I mean, it's basically the same thing you said.
IG.
But yeah.
I keep on fucking with stuff on my desk, and I am just making more work for sound of random sounds that I'm gonna have to cut out.
Dang, bruh. But yeah, that's like
this is gonna be the Naruto episode.
That's a funny move, though. I always love seeing that scene. It's the fact that it worked.
One thing that I wanted to bring up, this is like old, but it was just interesting to me. Since I watched that video that we watched a few weeks ago about that guy talking about how the new, like, essentially censorship works with the first 30 seconds, not swearing and whatever, on YouTube now.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And I was thinking, like, when Apocalypse 1 and 2 happened, the second one was because people were associating advertisements with the videos they were about to watch. And I was just thinking,
stupid,
like,
though.
is there no cognitive dissonance with other people? Like, how stupid are you? Like, actually, though.
There is
Like,
no
are people really that
dissonance.
dumb? Like, how do they think
Yes.
this shit works?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Like, I've never had
what
that
was the
thought
first-
one time.
How did
until
the
that.
first Apocalypse start? Was it like the fucking Elsa Gate thing?
I think that was the first one, yeah.
Apocalypse
Elsa Gate
was
made
such a
comeback.
mistake. Disgusting.
But yeah, I
But
just had to
yeah,
bring that up because I was like, people like are actually that dumb that they think that like they see a fucking AutoZone commercial before a Filthy Frank video. They're like, AutoZone personally endorses this guy? What? Like, how do you think that?
AutoZone personally endorses this guy.
We'll just say boomers.
You know what? While we're on the topic, I'll show you a couple more funny scenes. So that same move he used it when he was a kid as well. No,
oh, wait, let's save those
weird
scenes
that
for the end of the podcast so people know that they'll be at the end.
It's weird that it worked on that goddess, but it doesn't work on a child. I mean, is that weird? Maybe it is.
Unless
Jesus
Unless you don't-
Christ.
what?
Look at this thumbnail. What the fuck? I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all. Look at this thumbnail.
Bruh.
Bro. Hell no.
The fuck?
This is a show about ninjas, right?
But it's from Japan.
Okay, racist. Okay.
Oh yeah, I had something really random. I had something really random that I wanted to look up because I saw an article for it.
Kim Mulkey.
Outrage, I think. Thanks, Google. Outrageous outfits. That's exactly what I wanted to type.
She's dripped out.
Absolutely loses her cool. Yeah. I wanted to see what she lost her cool over. I don't even know who this is. I just wanted to see what happened. Occasional outbursts about a call that was missed or a call that was made. They're down by 12. She got so mad that a foul wasn't called when LSU had the ball that she literally followed the ref down the court to berate them while the game was still in play. Jesus. She did not. Oh fuck, I thought she was about to punch him. Oh, that's fucking embarrassing.
Maybe she should have punched her. Like, show us your boobs.
Okay, stuff in.
It's been a long night.
Was that all that you had to discuss then?
Yeah, that was all. Now I just got goofy clips. Well, I mean, I guess I can talk about did I tell you about Tekken?
I think so.
Aside from like new characters, it's that a returning character, Lars Alexanderson. He was also in a Naruto game once. And this was like, I played that before I even knew what Tekken was. So this was like when I was like a child. Actually, here's the clip right here. I didn't even know he was well, like I said, I didn't know what Tekken was back then because this was when I was a little kid. But they once had a Tekken character in Naruto, and the move he uses in his super move, they brought it back for Tekken 8 and made that his super move in that game. So I thought that was pretty cool. The move he uses in this game, they brought it back to Tekken 8. This game was pretty cool. This character.
I don't think I've ever seen this guy.
He looks really different in every game, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was expecting so much more to be happening.
No, I found a short clip because I knew you wouldn't want to sit through it.
Yeah, TBH. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, that movie uses at the end. They brought it back for Tekken 8 and made that his super move in that game. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It was pretty cool. That was a nice callback.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna have to call. I was about to say callback. I'm probably gonna have to make a kind of long cut here, but there was this article, another article that
All right, let's see. Monon. Is that the one above where it's talking about the Game Pass model?
No, it's somewhere in this section here. I'm just trying to figure out which paragraph it is. Okay, so I have to start from the top here. So this might be boring for some people, interesting for others, but
we could cut it out. You're gonna read the whole thing? Yeah,
just from just these 3 paragraphs. This is about how Microsoft is very obviously building a monopoly on the game industry. And this says that, I'm just reading from the middle, but it says some person believes that Microsoft and Activision's merger is similar to this thing that happened with movie theaters and them. I'm about to just cut where I start explaining because I'm trying to figure out where to even start. This is written kind of confusing.
Yeah, take your time. What?
I couldn't tell if that was passive aggressive because I can't figure out what to read.
No.
This is so fucking confusing.
Well, in the meantime, I can talk about the Ruby series.
Then
Ruby
I will
going
not
off on her
focus
gay
reading.
sister.
Alright, I think it is this
So
paragraph. Alright, so... Yeah, Stoller believes there's precedent for blocking Microsoft's merger as anti-competitive. I'm not the best at reading. He cites United States versus Paramount Pictures, a landmark 1948 Supreme Court decision that took aim at Hollywood studios' control over the distribution of movies and the theaters where they were shown. The resulting consent decree barred studios from also owning theaters and imposed other restrictions like an end to block booking. So basically, they were saying that the movie producers were not allowed to also own the theaters because they would have too much control over, like, the whole movie industry, entirely, right?
Yeah.
And they're
that
saying...
makes sense.
And they're saying that a similar thing is happening now, that lawmakers need to take more seriously with Microsoft buying all these game studios, being a publisher and producer. They're going to just literally have a monopoly sooner or later and be in full control of everything. And
nah.
Now this next paragraph.
That'd probably be maybe
Do you
if
say
they bought
nah?
parent companies. Maybe if they bought parent companies, then I'd be worried. But there's still so many more companies out there.
I know,
but maybe
how
American...
much they own is totally unprecedented and is obviously a monopoly with how much money they already make. The fact that they're even allowed to buy even more game companies when they already own Xbox, which is, the third largest console to retail around the world?
It's not the number 2?
It might be number 2. And that's,
it's
still even
Switch
worse.
or something.
It might be. Because I know in other countries, Xbox is really not popular. But...
Yeah.
But then this next paragraph. This doesn't necessarily mean that regulators or lawmakers who have expressed a broad interest in tightening the rules for mergers will be hostile to Microsoft's merger. The company's acquisition of ZeniMax didn't meet substantial resistance in either Europe or the US, although the latter, and that's a parent company to Bethesda, I think, or something. I forgot what it said. That was a parent company too, but they have bought parent companies. And
okay, well, now it's time to get worried.
And it says, although the latter was still operating under Trump's administration, which put less weight on antitrust, Representative Ken Buck, don't know who that is though, a prominent Republican supporter of antitrust reform, tweeted yesterday that he'd received encouraging assurances from Microsoft that the deal wouldn't decrease competition. It doesn't say what Microsoft even said in this article, but this guy, Ken Buck, do you really just take their whatever they said to you at face value? Do you trust Microsoft that much that this isn't going to destroy competition?
Because you're
an idiot.
They bought Call of Duty a while ago. They just bought Call of Duty a while ago. If they don't, and then that's Sony's biggest game. That's crazy.
What do you mean? It won't squander competition? You cannot be that stupid, dude. Honestly,
He's
so
coping.
many Republicans are so stupid.
Speaking of monopolies, the company that owns UFC bought WWE last night, actually.
The company that owns what bought them?
The company that owns UFC, they bought WWE. So they have both UFC and WWE now.
Which are both the only fucking ones in
Only
their field.
well, there's a fucking AWOL or something, AWE or whatever. That's another wrestling thing, but yeah, WWE is the biggest wrestling in American TV. And then UFC is the biggest contact sport on American TV, so yeah, it's not looking too good for I guess, competition out there. Like, it's gonna come to a point where these, like, the government's gonna have to forcibly take it from people or companies.
It's just no, they won't, because all these politicians are scumbags and they just get paid off. That's why there's monopolies, and then like they just tell everybody. It frustrates me that like our citizens are so fucking dumb that these politicians just basically say, "Oh, they're not monopolies," and then everybody's just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, they're not monopolies because they said they're not." Like, they are. Like, Amazon is a monopoly. They're so fucking big. It's ridiculous. They should not be allowed to have a streaming service. They should not be allowed to sell digital videos. Like, they are already so big. They sell
music, books.
Yeah, that
music
too. And they have movie studios. Like, that should not be
They have
legal.
a gaming department too.
That's what a monopoly
gaming
is.
Streaming service too. Yeah. Next, they're gonna have a cable channel or a cable service.
They have stores too. It's literally automated stores. Like, that is a monopoly. And like, these politicians just lie and they're just like, no, it's not. And
it's
they
kind of like
just
how the company
have a bunch of like
Pepsi
flavor text like sprinkled in there so to convince people that it's not and sound smart, but like it just is. Like, there's no way around it.
I'm pretty sure the Pepsi company also owns like KFC and McDonald's and stuff like that.
Yeah, all these companies own way too much shit and they just pay off politicians to like keep it going. Like, the fact
maybe
that
we should become politicians.
the only thing that we have hope for, I think, is to like maybe become influencers one day. But yeah,
This generation is just fucked.
I wasn't sure I was actually going to go to this article in this podcast, but I'm glad I did, because like this shit gets me so mad that our country is so corrupt, and it's like corruption is what destroys like every country, and like everybody just lets it happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure corruption burned Rome down once.
Corruption is a reason that I'm pretty sure it's the reason that the Soviet Union failed. It's the reason that, well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons
that
North
my
Korea is
save
gonna
datas
fail,
got
but
destroyed.
I'm sure that North Korea is plenty corrupt, and that's part of why they'll fail, but, you know. And Chinese citizens are starting to fucking get more ballsy and riot, protest, revolt even more than they have, like, in the last how many years or decades. Because they're corrupt as fuck too.
Like 2.
Yeah, and people in our country
like you can't talk
are
about
like,
can't talk about that massacre. You can't talk about the Tiananmen Square. They'll tell you, "Oh, that never happened," or "Oh, get over it."
that is so fucked that they just say get over it. And meanwhile, don't you like those two like polar opposites in their country? They say it happened a long time ago, don't talk about it. But in our country, the equivalent being, I guess, slavery for like recent like tragedies on that scale is like to think about it way too much.
I wouldn't compare slavery to a massacre, but
no, I just said
I can't think of any other.
I just meant like, or I was just saying like tragedies that our country, or travesties that our countries have faced like recently on that scale is what I'm saying. Like, regardless of what it is, like their horrible thing that happened is Tiananmen Square, and our horrible thing that happened was slavery. But here, a lot of people think about it way too much, and in China, they're just like, "Oh, don't think about that," or "Stop talking about it."
And it's like, man, yeah. Kind of wish it was like Germany, where like they're too scared to do anything.
What do you mean?
They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to think about it.
They're just like, la la la, I can't hear you.
And it was like, you're like, hey, we're sorry, and then we move on.
We're sorry.
Well,
God, every time I think of a politician or company saying we're sorry, I just think of that fucking the BP CEO from South Park.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too. What was he doing though? Was he rubbing his nipples?
Yeah, in one of the scenes he was. And then in another, he was laying on his side on like his bear rug or something with his leg up.
Oh yeah.
And a towel covering
Wasn't
his
that the guy
penis
that,
or
like-
something.
Wasn't that the guy that was like stealing everyone's money from the bank or whatever?
Was he? I haven't seen that episode in a
Well,
long time.
Probably wasn't. Yeah, it probably wasn't.
I remember that one. Remember that one scene that was a meme for a while where which character went to get money from the bank and the dude was just like, "It's gone."
Yeah, that's the character I'm thinking of. That was the bank teller or whatever. I don't think he had a name.
He wasn't stealing money. I don't think. Wasn't there something wrong with the bank?
No, he wasn't stealing money. They were just like in a recession.
Yeah. So they just lost all their money.
Man, if that happened in real life, I would understand why people game ended.
Oh, dude, like
Wait, we can't talk about that.
Huh?
We can't talk about that.
What do you mean we can't talk about that?
We're still on YouTube.
We can just be like pyrocynical and put game ended over that as a censor.
Game ended. Use that as a soundbite.
No, I'll literally just use that game ended that you just said right now as a censor for that specific phrase.
Oh, this would be fun to listen to. Anyway, yeah, I got nothing else to talk about, and it's almost been an hour, so you want to just check out...
I haven't
checked
out Femboy Pyro in quite some time.
Yeah, I would love to check him out, but check out that last clip before we call it a night. No, I'm not even lying anymore. I would, like, I don't know.
Would
man.
Pyro, you hear that?
Yes,
he would.
Absolutely, I would.
Wait, is Pyro? I don't know what Pyro's sexuality is.
I don't know either, but I can work with whatever.
It would be very unexpected if he was like just 100% straight. He was like, "No, I never even think about penis ever. It's disgusting." With all the cosplay he's done,
my heart was shattered into a million pieces.
I
would not
you
recover.
said we could watch those videos now.
Yeah, I sent one. Just one last one, so we can call it a night. This might cheer you up.
Don't you love the lag on my computer? I just clicked full screen. What the hell? Why is he beheaded?
That's fearless in death. Holy shit, is that Hatsune Miku?
Alright. I don't know why that just reminded me that I need to beat that boss in Genshin.
Was it the guy getting his head cut off?
I think it was just the janky, weird characterization that they had.
That is so mean. It is not janky.
Some of their characters are fine, but there are, like, some of the characters are very whatever characters.
One Genshin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the nature of a gacha game, dude.
Some of the characters could just so easily be forgotten about and nobody would miss them. I feel like, am I wrong in like feeling that...
Actually.
Huh?
I got one more clip actually from this game that recently came out.
You have your headphones on this time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just Discord then. I was about to say, is it just me that feels that Genshin's community like gets way too attached to the characters?
I mean, you're not wrong, but like I said, that's just the nature of gacha games.
Oh wait, what the fuck?
You gotta spend money on these characters, so of course you're gonna get attached. Especially because the game's free to play, so many more people has like access to the game.
You gotta spend money, so of course you'll get attached.
I mean, yeah. You think
that
I'm not using
so
the characters?
sad.
You think I'm not using the characters I'd spent money on? Fuck that. But if you pause, I'll give you a little context before you start. So this game is called No More Heroes, right?
Yeah.
It's about the protagonist Travis being a it's about, I don't know what it's about. He just kills people. I think he wants to be a hero.
I don't know.
Because, like, all he does is kill people. Oh, yeah, he wants to be the number one hitman. So he kills other hitmen. And ascends the ranks. Specifically the ones that come after him. He doesn't really go after anyone else. And in this case...
That's like an allegory for what these companies are doing that we were just talking about.
But in this case, there's an alien trying to take over humanity because, you know, we haven't heard enough alien stories today. But this cutscene is how Travis approaches extraterrestrial beings with godlike powers. And I always thought it was really funny because he's like, well, you'll see how he reacts.
All right.
So you actually made it all the way here. I'm more pleased than surprised. To think that there was a shining pebble in the rough of that trash planet after all. You're that shining pebble, but I'm a fucking diamond! And that's quite a huge disparity.
You just can't stop talking, can you, Prince Dumbass?
They played
Do you
this on
really
Only
fear
Plays,
me
I'm pretty
that
sure.
much?
What the fuck you say? Fear? What the hell is fear anyway? I can't even comprehend the emotion you call fear. No, seriously, tell me, what is fear?
That's sad. Didn't your mommy and daddy teach you? It's not nice to cause trouble for others. No? Cause trouble. And you'll get scolded. But nobody's ever scolded you before, have they?
My daddy scolded me once. I was punished and was sent to rot in space prison.
Black hole
Space prison.
It's basically paradise.
Yeah, why do you even
That
call it
wasn't
space?
punishment.
Space Australia.
That's such a dumb stereotype. Or would that be a cliche of like
Space Space Australia.
I know, it just has to be space everything.
Yeah, it's great.
I love how the line delivery is so good, but he's saying something so stupid.
It's about to get better. Just
Went
watch.
on a nice little vacation abroad. And that's how we get Prince Dumbasses like you.
Yeah, just keep talking. Keep fucking talking!
Go on, get angry, you fucking loser! Get all nice and salty for me! Fucking assassin! There we go. Those eyes, right there. The dumbass is turning into a beast. Kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Oh, nice scary eyes. That's what I want to see. Come at me. Kill me. Demons don't got shit on me. I'll kill you. You're getting real fucking crazy now. That's what I'm talking about. Ah!
What are you doing?
They're about to kiss.
I've never understood. I've never understood when like boxers and shit do that. I'm like, you guys need like a separate room? Should we call this off?
God, that was such a that's a perfect reaction. What are they doing? Oh fuck, that's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, they definitely
yeah,
played this on Only Plays, but they did not play much.
That game is hilarious. Like this, in the first game where there's a cutscene with his sister, and she's like talking about her backstory and how it's like a tragedy or whatever. But like when she's going over her story, it's like sped up so you can't hear it. And they said it's to keep the game's age rating low enough. Like the characters literally break the fourth wall and say it's to keep the age rating low. Because she talks about how she was by her dad and killed him.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Remember that?
What?
I missed that trend.
Trend of what?
The crash whoa.
Oh. It's still my sound for when somebody subscribes, which is like once a month.
Dang. Well,
somebody just subscribed a while ago though. Before we started, their name was Isaac Giles. Their profile picture. Ew, I have to put that in the podcast.
Oh boy.
I appreciate when people subscribe to my other channel for all the work I put in on the Clips channel, which is partially for my own entertainment, TBH, but yeah.
I hope you never get tired of Oni plays, because
what? How much of a library I've amassed?
Yes. Like,
the library is crazy.
Surprised you never grew sick of it.
I honestly really don't. I was watching them, I think, for 2 years before I even started doing the clips. Actually, no, I was watching them longer than that. So I don't think I ever will.
God. Yeah, alright. One last thing. You're about to die from laughter. Joker 2 is filming, right?
Yeah.
Tell me why it was on the news that protesters showed up to the scene and, like, started protesting the movie while they were filming. Watch them get put in the movie.
That'd be great.
Yeah, they just hate Joker 2. I don't know.
Wait, why were they protesting the movie?
I think it builds incels or whatever.
I mean...
I'll say this off the podcast because I don't want to spoil it, but I found out something about the Mario movie in case you didn't plan on watching it anyway.
I don't give a fuck about the Mario movie, but I will put a spoiler warning.
No, I don't want to say it on the podcast because people don't listen to spoiler warnings and then they'll get mad.
Do people I put a timestamp, so if they get mad, then it's completely their fault.
Alright, fine. So at the end of the movie, a Fire Emblem character appears.
Yeah.
And it's revealed that they're setting up a Smash Brothers cinematic universe.
How the fuck are you gonna make a fucking Smash Brothers universe? Like, there's
I don't know,
really...
but they're doing it.
Isn't the story, like, really loose?
No. Not really.
It's not?
No. I mean...
So all the characters in the... They all have fleshed out stories? Every character?
Not really fleshed out story arcs, but some of them do have fleshed out story arcs. Like in Brawl, there's this character, Lucas, from Earthbound, and he teams up with the Pokemon trainer from Pokemon. Lucas is originally a coward, but he's originally a coward, and his friend was killed by Wario. But he eventually, like throughout the game story, he eventually learns from the Pokemon trainer to build up some confidence, and by the end of the game's story, he stands up to Wario himself and defeats him. So there are story arcs. He goes from a coward to pretty confident by the end. Just learns to stand up for himself.
I would hope that they just make an entirely new story for the movie and not use the game story, because they're probably not end up very good if they use the game story, I would assume, because I think the game story is probably very, very gamey and not.
It is, because it's more game than story. But all I hope is that Sephiroth comes in and bodies everyone again, and then stabs Mario again. That's all I want, just to see Sephiroth beat everyone up again. I've
never played any of the Final Fantasy games, but I love Sephiroth's theme. It's so fucking, like, it's just so good.
I actually had a meme from that. Let me see if I can send it to you real quick.
I put that in one of my really old videos. If we get bigger, I'm definitely going to re-upload all my old videos or just unprivate them.
But yeah, I was going to make a render of Sephiroth. I really
Even
love him as a villain.
Cringe. Like...
Look at Discord. Yeah. And one of my favorite stuff for rough quotes are like, "Out of my way, I'm going to see my mother."
Did you really say that?
Yes. He like uses telekinesis to throw Cloud out of the way, and then flies away. It says, "I'm going to see my mother."
Those games have a lot of funny moments, don't they?
Oh yeah, like Cloud's catchphrase being "Let's mosey."
Mosey on out of here. I wonder if
They
that's why
actually
Jamie
used that in
used to
Death
say
Battle.
that. Jamie used to say that shit all the time. Maybe he's played
Let's
Final
mosey.
Fantasy, but I have no idea. Yeah,
Oh.
he used to say, "Let's mosey on out of here," or "Let's mosey this way or that way."
Yeah, I just personally love how Cloud's this. He like tries to be cool, but he's actually a dork. He's like one of those kids that he looks really cool, but then when you hear him talk, he just sounds like an idiot.
His voice just doesn't match. Dude,
Oh yeah,
I wish that I had a cooler voice. My voice is so, like, just
here.
flat.
Look at this before we go. Then, if you said like the voice doesn't match, watch this. Let me find this cutscene because it's so funny hearing their voices with these bodies. Here it is. Here's the cutscene.
All right, then after this,
Where
we'll.
Cloud's talking about his
there.
dead girlfriend.
Was this part of that collaboration that they had?
No,
Oh.
this is a different game. They look AI generated. What the fuck? They look.
Yeah,
they
they
don't
look
look
really
real.
creepy.
They do not look like real people. Doesn't that
No,
look
they
AI generated?
do not. They look completely not.
What
They
the
look
fuck?
fucked.
Didn't that look like it was AI generated?
Also, I was about
Or it
to
look-
say, like, it's kind of sus that I think they were Chinese, but John Cena in a commercial and the other person just happens to be Chinese is a little. I don't know. I just can't not think of the CCP whenever I see John Cena now.
I mean, he is the white monkey,
It
so
seems very on the nose, but yeah. let's,
just look at these little guys and then listen to the conversation they're having, and then you'll laugh.
To pick up his trail. This time, I'll.
Cloud! I didn't expect to find you here.
Tara.
They all have the same face.
Mention that you were close by. Listen,
like Funko Pops.
something else came up. You should go track
Yeah.
down Lightning in case she needs your help.
Something came up? You left Lightning to face that mirage all by herself? What could possibly be so important?
Look, there's this guy. I've been hunting him for a while. Now I'm finally right on his heels. I'm not gonna let this chance slip away.
Hunting him? Cloud, you're scaring me. Why are you after this person? Did he do something to you?
He took someone away from me. Forever.
So when you find him, what are you going to do? Will killing him bring back the woman that you lost? This isn't any way to honor her memory. To take your love for her and turn it into hate? Especially when it makes you abandon your friends. You have to decide. What's more important? Is it anger and revenge? Alright then. One of us will stick by Lightning. I know what I care about. Her safety.
I wish the whole game was like this.
Did you see the way she ran away?
No.
Look at her running animation.
It's so pudgy.
She can barely move with that big head. And the entire game is like that. The whole game is like that, dude.
Is it? What?
Yes.
Oh,
Look at the
why?
other thumbnails. They're all like that.
What the fuck?
And like the ending credits is like a cutscene of them all dancing.
These
heads are, like,
videos,
bobbling.
outside in and like how to turn a circle inside out and shit, are so fucking weird. And I don't think that they're even real math and science.
It's probably an ARG.
No, these are old as fuck. They're like off VHS tapes.
Oh, okay.
But they're just, I don't know if they actually make sense or if they're just hypothetical like mathematics or what. Because I can't understand anything they're saying.
Oh well.
But anyways, this podcast is going on.
So they look like Funko Pops. Her
Kind
head
of.
was
they
so
look
big,
better
like
than Funko Pops.
his sword was like so big that it was like sliding off his back every time he lifted his head up.
So it didn't collide with his head.
Right.
Or clip.
And then like her head's so big that she could barely run. Like how are they even standing up straight? I just love that. I love that they're all like so pudgy, but they're supposed to be taken so seriously. Yeah, but that's a good game. He's just talking about how he wants to kill Sephiroth, and he looks like that. He's barely like foot level.
Oh, I was gonna say before
like
we
knee level.
end it, did Sephiroth kill his mom?
Yes.
Then why wouldn't he want to kill him? Fuck her.
Because, revenge. Not only did he kill Cloud's mother, he killed... and this was a joke in Final Fantasy VII Abridged, where Cloud's always talking about how he wants to be like Sephiroth when he grows up. And then Sephiroth's mom is, like, dead, so it's like, Cloud, you wanted to be like me, right? I took care of your mother. Now we're the same.
What a dick.
But yeah, he killed Cloud's mother, he killed Tifa's dad. He killed a bunch of people. Because he was having like this mental breakdown when he found out that his mother was being locked up in some kind of test tube.
Wait. Say goodbye.
Oh yeah, see ya, motherfuckers.